Alright, I'm ready. Ready. Nice spaghetti.
Wait 1 second. Let's just let that sit for a second. I'm gonna add myself as a thing. Look, it's ice. Why is it just a wall? Wait. Why am I just seeing a wall? Oh, there we are. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah. We're in the future. Alright, let's see. Abby Chestnut joined. Hi, Abby Chestnut.
A little slower than I can.
Let's see. Add a moderator.
Alright.
If someone was to run on my head, they would drop immediately as soon as they touch the back.
What? That's getting better.
Back.
Sweet. Cool. Oh, where am I? Wow, there's a lag, huh?
Just a little bit.
Oh, there I am. Okay, that's not too bad.
You see this?
What?
How steep the back might
Now you gonna try to leave yourself out of the camera
But they can't see it.
so they can see it.
Bro, I knew it was bad. I didn't think it was this bad. Oh my goodness. I got one of them Neanderthals.
Neanderthal?
Like skulls. You know what I mean?
Neanderthal?
Yeah, exactly.
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
It's a complex word.
Not really, it's just my pronunciation is terrible. But
How do you say rural?
rule.
R-U-R-A-L.
Rule.
It's a weird one.
Rule. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Beyond the Ink, and I am with two guests. If you would please, and shout your lovely names.
Hi, my name is Amarachi.
My name is Abby Chestnut.
And you have heard of Abby Chestnut, but you haven't heard of Amarachi. Let's give her a round of applause in the group chat. Excuse me.
Sure.
The comment section and in your group chat if you got one already. So today we're gonna talk about a couple questions, that we already previously discussed between me and my co-host. My co-host is not here. Y'all put some hearts in the comment section for her.
Right?
And to let her know that we miss her.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and ask Amarachi a question, and then Abby C8, as we call her AC, because she's too cool. She's gonna follow up.
Sure.
And answer the questions after Amarachi, or they can kind of, switch vice versa. So, do you have any tattoos?
No, I do not have any tattoos.
Could you tell us why?
There's no real reason. I just don't like needles and I don't like pain. But if it was painless,
Sounds like a real reason to me.
I feel like pain is in your head. You can face your fears. That's what my teacher used to tell me.
To an extent.
To an extent.
What she used to touch, she used to beat y'all?
No.
So why is she telling y'all pain is
He was in the army. It was my JROTC.
so you
It's real, yeah. Well, not in the army, the
JRCT.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. I feel like pain is in your head. If you can do it, do it. I feel like if you feel like you don't have any type of pain tolerance, definitely get tattooed by pain.
Right.
In my opinion, I would.
Okay. AC.
For me not having any tattoos, I think it's been indecision, for sure. I don't know what exactly I want. And then I know it costs money. Which I don't have a lot of dispensable income right now. So probably when I, get my big girl job and I can have big girl money, I can use that for the tattoo.
Okay. Now those are so both, reasonable reasons, even though she said hers wasn't reasonable. So, past all the fears of the pain and the needles, and if you're trying to be more frugal with spending,
Yeah.
what would a tattoo be if you guys had the opportunity to get one today now for free?
I've had some ideas.
Go ahead, you go
I was
first.
thinking about this last night. Do y'all watch SpongeBob?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know the episode, the Salty Spittoon one, where the guy has a tattoo on his arm? It says "Mom" or something.
Yeah, I know exactly what
They
you're talking
take it off and
Yeah.
they put it upside
about.
down.
I
It
know
says
exactly.
"Wow."
Mhm.
I thought about doing that.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun though.
Right?
No lie.
Right?
I think anything from like any type of show inspiration would be fine.
Yeah, and like I'm thinking like SpongeBob. I speak frequent SpongeBob
So you're a
quotes.
heavy
I feel
SpongeBob
like
fan.
that'd be fine.
That'd be
Like literally,
dope.
my Wi-Fi at my house. The name of it is the Salty Spittoon.
So basically, you're manifesting it.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea. And I told my partner that last night. He's like, "Yeah, go for it." I'm like, "Okay." Again, when I get money, maybe.
I don't get the reference.
It's basically, I'd show you on here, but it just basically, like the traditional like mom tattoo and a heart.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is so tough that he took his tattoo, he ripped it off and put it upside down, and it says "Wow." It's just hilarious. Like,
So you get wow instead of mom. Okay. Okay.
Either that, and I don't know if y'all noticed. I think past couple times I've been in class, I've had a shirt with these little colorful people design things on them. It's from this artist called Keith Haring. And he has these really like pop art. He used to do graffiti. Well, he did graffiti. And I think those would translate really well as a tattoo because they're very vibrant. They're just like one color and like black outline.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
Hold on to that.
Cool.
Mm,
And you, Miss Amarachi?
I don't know. Maybe a moon.
A moon.
A moon.
That's real original.
From Twitches.
It's real original.
From Twitches.
I don't know what it is.
Don't play with me.
I really don't
I
know.
don't know what that
Witches?
is either, but please inform us.
Tia Tamara, when they were like, did you?
Are you talking about the witch? The
Yeah.
witch movie?
Yeah, when it was like a Halloween movie.
On Disney?
Yeah, on Disney. And they're like a witch. Yeah, not a witch,
Is it
but like
those
they're
two
like
light-skinned sisters?
not those two. The
Okay.
like the
I'm sorry.
twins, the twins
Alright.
outside of Mary Kate and Ashley. Anywho, besides the point.
Who?
Mary Kate and Ashley?
Who's that?
Wait, you don't know who Mary Kate and Ashley are?
No. Who's that?
Remember the show Full House?
Full House.
You talking about the little girl?
Yeah.
So there were two girls that were the same. They were twins.
Facts.
And they did a lot of different things, like TV shows.
But there's only one girl in it.
No, there's two girls. But in the show, there's one girl.
But like this, which house?
So how
Yeah.
are they the main twin sisters if they weren't twin sisters in the show? Or any movie?
No, like
She just explained it to
general.
us, like-
Anywho, y'all, we are on topic. I want to get.
It's interesting,
I want
though.
to get a Twitch's a tattoo because I feel like
So a moon.
okay.
Okay.
It's cool.
So like a
Go to
full
school,
moon?
like it represents femininity,
Like a full moon or like half moon?
like a crescent.
Like a crescent?
I believe
Okay.
a crescent moon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or 911, some angel numbers or something like that. Something simple.
Ooh,
Alright.
angel numbers.
911.
That's my angel number.
911.
That's an interesting one.
Could you elaborate on why 911 would be, or is
Do you ever
number?
forget?
It's my angel number.
You ever forget what to do during an
911.
emergency?
Yeah, like
And look
you
at
know what I'm saying? Like I see it a lot. Like I've seen it a lot.
Mm.
And I wrote an essay on you see my angel numbers, and then I got accepted to Kennesaw at 9:11 a.m.
Ooh,
Really?
I promise you.
that's really cool.
I promise you.
I have a friend who.
And this was the only Georgia school I applied to as well.
That's
I
really
was
cool. I have a friend who, like, his birthday is on February 22nd, so his number is 222.
like,
And he's a streamer, and we celebrate every time it gets to 222.
Right.
And this,
Yeah.
you see it after a
Yeah.
while too. Like
yeah.
you start to notice, like, oh,
Mhm.
it's 222 or something 22. You start
Right.
seeing the number, you notice it.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting.
Speaking of that, my number is 8.
Yeah. So can you explain your tattoo now that we can see it?
Yes. This right here, it represents my origin in a way. Cause I was born in Jordan, but I moved to the Virgin Islands when I was a kid. So, and I feel like a lot of me was discovered in the area because it was like the most influential time in my life, you know, from like 11 to 16, 11 to 17. And I still used to go back, you know, after that, you know, like every summer. So I think that really just gave me a different mindset on like how to be calm in a storm, you know, but there's different levels to water, you know, there's tsunamis, calm, waves, but at the same time, it's like, it goes back to its constant state after everything, you know? It's like, of course, it goes through changes, but it remains the same through those changes, in a way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my people are from Haiti as well, so that kind of another water area. And then this right here is just like, life is me, you know? It's A, right,
Cool.
like, right, then Haiti, the Virgin Islands, and there's an A bar, because that's my number.
Like your Indian number? Or just like?
No,
So why
this is,
8?
this is my number, is because my first name has 8 letters in it. My middle name is Octavio.
Oh, yeah, of course.
My last name has 8 letters in it. And I was born on the 8th.
Okay.
So yeah.
I was gonna say, like, did your parents plan out the whole 8 thing?
My mama said she did.
Really?
But I don't know, I don't really believe her. I feel like she's just trying to take up credit because
Right.
it's pretty clever.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you got it done by 2 different people, right?
Oh, I did.
Okay. So you got the wave part by somebody.
Yeah. And then this one by somebody else.
Okay. How did the experience differ?
I think the pain level, but I think that's just because of the area,
Okay.
right? Because you know, it's your outer arm is going to see more sunlight and be more exposed to more pain,
Right.
in contrast to the inside. So I think the inside was more tender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in that chair, fighting for my life. Like it felt. I wouldn't say it felt worse than me getting my wisdom tooth extracted, but you know, it was to a point where I'm in my head, I'm thinking, you know, violent thoughts just to get myself through. You know, clenching my teeth, right? Just like really squeezing my hand.
Would you go further up?
Yeah, I would, but later down, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just take it easy. But next, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get something right here.
Chest.
Good luck.
What were you gonna
Why
go
you
do
say
in
that?
your
It's gonna
chest?
hurt.
Yeah,
Bones.
she's done a lot of research.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say about the placements. I was gonna say chest is up there.
Really, it
Placements,
hurts the most.
It's one of those sensitive areas, and there's lots of. It could be lots
cartilage.
of.
But I got a lot of muscle here.
Well, that's good.
That's good. Well, that's good.
Wouldn't that help?
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah,
I think
it's meat, so
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
sure.
meat.
If there's less, like you feel like the
Facts.
bones and stuff, I'm sure that's gonna
Well,
be.
I want to get it up right here though.
Yeah, like the
That's
clavicle.
collarbone?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
No,
think
not, not on the club, like below.
One of those words.
yeah.
I guess that's like the same thing.
Right.
Below.
Yeah, I'm imagining that would be kind of painful because you got some bones right there.
I hope not.
It's not a lot of meat right there.
I hope not. And is anybody in the stream like watching?
It's just me.
Just you?
It's just
Cause the
me.
back of my head is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay, I see it. I see what you mean.
I can't. That's what I said. I hope that.
What are you gonna? What? It's
Oh.
just your head.
I know, but at the same time, it's like I had hair to cover that up. But now that I don't have my hair, and it's
Did
like
you
my
have long hair?
yeah, I had locks.
Oh, cool.
It is like my first time really seeing the back of my head
Yeah.
for real, from like me looking straight forward.
Yeah.
I can see how steep the back of my head is, you know.
Yeah.
If there was a tiny person living there,
Yo.
they could really run hills and be in shape for the rest of their life.
Please.
Oh.
But yeah, that's besides the point. Could you turn the camera up before we go on to the next segment? I just want to see it. That's like a helmet head.
Yo.
It's like a helmet head. But sorry, going on to the next section. She said she would get a SpongeBob tattoo. Wow. Right.
Yeah.
So this goes or kind of works into my next question. Do you believe your tattoos need to have meaning, or could it just be fun? Because it's gonna be on your life, but it's gonna be on your body for life.
I
feel like-
go ahead.
I feel like at the end of the day, it has to have some type of meaning if you're putting it on your body. Like, it has to have something specialty, in my opinion. Like, whether it's minor, like, or you really love it, or you think it's cool, you feel something about it. So, regardless, I feel like that means you have meaning.
Right.
Okay. In my opinion.
I like that answer.
You have.
I mean, at first I thought that it like I thought the same as you. I think it should have meaning, but as we're talking to people, and like we've come across people who are like, I just got it just because it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I never thought of it that way. But I guess even if you don't initially have something that initially have meaning for that tattoo, you could make meaning out of it.
Right.
So if you go to like an event or something, like I know we were talking about, like there was a tattoo convention or something. If you get a tattoo there, what it is might not actually mean anything, but you got it there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making it from like the event
The
of getting it.
experience,
Yeah,
yeah,
the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I don't see myself going and just getting something just because.
Right.
Because, as you said, like it's on your body for life, and I'm very indecisive. And something I do want to mention is, I think first couple episodes, we mentioned the final form. Like Abby was saying, I want to get tattoos like when I reach my final form.
Mm-hmm.
Final form, as in like this your career, you're where you at.
Gotcha.
That's a good idea, but thinking just me personally, I'm 32 years old. I still don't feel like I'm at my final form.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's always changing.
Right.
So even if you think right now you're set, like 5 years from now it's gonna be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So waiting until your final form might not be like the best way to doing it.
So just have like this.
You'll never be satisfied.
Yeah.
And you just gotta go and do it. I've had a couple times where I almost went and got a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk on that. But they were memorial tattoos for pets that I lost. And I actually went through the process of like looking up ideas and all that.
She's laughing because
He goes like R.I.P. in the back. No, it's R.I.P. for real though. But
Yeah,
you
for
in the back
real.
R.I.P. Okay.
Yeah, bro, all right. You need to look at that live and apologize.
I'm sorry.
And then look at her and apologize.
What? No,
Because that's a real traumatic.
No, that's real.
It is.
That's real, that's real.
But so interesting thing about me is I used to have pet rats.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Lord have
mind.
mercy.
Never.
That's why I waited until now to talk about it.
How
Pet
big?
rats?
There we go. They get about big baked potatoes.
You're not scared of rats?
No.
The tails are what gets me.
I've heard that a lot too. So
You
besides
shot
just
the tails.
no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I used to do therapy work. I would go to libraries, go to schools, final week, and I would have a rat in a basket. People come
Yo,
by and
one
pet
of
me.
those. I used to have that
Really?
in class in second grade. I remember it vividly. That was the only rat I touched.
Oh, wait. Reverse it. What'd you say?
That was the only rat I touched.
When?
Second grade.
Second grade.
Yeah.
You touched a rat in second grade?
Yeah.
That's bold.
First or second grade, yeah.
Okay, I was trying to think, like, I don't think I was there. I don't think it was me.
I don't think you might have been too young. You might have been too young.
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, the organization we registered, we had to do like a whole like testing and all this stuff, all this training.
Mm-hmm.
But I was one of, well, I had 2 at the time. There's less than 10 in the whole world.
Listen to what?
And so the whole world, like having a registered therapy rat.
You're one of them?
I was one of them. Yeah.
That's
so,
insane.
Yeah, and I actually was 2. I had 2 registrations at the time. I had 2 rats I was training. But anyway, I get to that point because one of my rats who really, he visited like 1,000 people or something. I didn't count. So they really like this little place in their cage. It was called a little hut. It was called like the Sputnik or a space pod.
Mm.
And so I was like, oh, he's in his rocket ship.
Mm.
So I almost thought about getting like a little rocket ship or something like
That'd be cool though.
on my wrist. I think I just struggled with figuring out a good design and just like making that first step, going somewhere, like doing all the research and finding a place. I think that was the big obstacle. But yeah, like a spaceship, and it could just mean other things too, like just
Got a blast.
yeah, totally. Jimmy
Got a
Neutron,
blast.
yeah.
Like, that's all you think of.
Looking forward to the future, like reaching
Yeah.
the stars, that kind of.
My
That's,
question, this is gonna be off topic, but do rats have personality?
Oh yeah.
How? Because you know from like a dog has personality by the things he do. Or he
I'd
does.
say it's similar. It's not going to be as expressive, of
Okay.
course, but like, and I'll show you a picture. I'll show you a picture after live. But
Why don't you show the live picture?
well,
Oh, you can't. Yeah.
if you go to Healing Whiskers on Instagram, that's my Instagram. So I don't do it anymore because I'm in school and I'm all this stuff. And what sucks is that rats only live maybe 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too long.
Can you imagine how many rats I had? Because I can't remember.
Wait, how many rats do you have?
Let me think. I had.
Are they as nasty as people say?
No. So,
You said
These are valid
I think I had
questions.
9. No, I hear these I hear them all the time. I know the answers. So they're actually really clean. They clean themselves like cats.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, okay.
And we catch them in a cage. They're like really big and they climb all over the place.
Let's double back. Right. They clean themselves like cats.
They lick themselves like cats.
Right. So say a rat is in the world. He's not catered to, you know, he's not taken
He's
care
a
of.
wild rat.
He's a wild rat.
Wild rat are going to be different than a domesticated
A
rat.
wild rat. Are they as clean?
I mean, generally no, but they're probably not as nasty as you think.
You think so?
I think so. I would think that they would be like there's like a wild cat or something, just like a cat, like something like that.
You know what's crazy? Is I was sleeping on the floor and it's pretty traumatic for me.
Yeah.
A rat. We used to leave the screen doors open
Oh
because
no.
it was hurricane season and our power was out for like 4 or 5 months. So used to leave it open, screens open, like all the screens open, and we used to keep the screens closed, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then a rat chewed through the screen, and it was right where I was sleeping. So I woke up, and then all I heard was.
Get out of here.
I woke up. I kid you not, the rat is like on the table looking for food. I couldn't deal with
Get
that.
out of here.
But long story short is the rat is no longer alive.
I mean, I
Thank
get
you
that.
for
I mean,
that.
it's
Thank you for
they're totally different. I mean, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like, literally, okay. The other day, I went and put on my shoes, and I felt something in my shoe. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh, it's probably just some, like, piece of paper or something. I looked at there was a mouse. There was a mouse. Like, how did you get in my shoe? I audibly gasped, like, oh.
A mouse?
Mouse. It was like literally that big. Yeah.
You picked it up and you.
So I picked it up. It was like, hey Johnny.
So she did.
You're bold.
I know
bold,
tail.
you're
Tail
bold.
is not. It's not recommended. I used to work at a pet store too. It's how it is.
So what if they bite you?
Gotcha.
So to prevent that, and plus this mouse did not look like it was doing too great. It looked like it was probably on its last leg. Not literally, but. So I just let it sit there and I held it by its tail, which isn't recommended for pets because it's like connected to their spine and anyways, for safety reasons, that's what I did.
Mm.
It's like, hey Johnny, there's something in my shoe. And so I showed him, he's like, oh! And I had to go to class. So he got a Tupperware and he went in the backyard and let him go. Now, we did have an issue recently where another one kept getting caught in our live trap.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one. It had a nubbed tail.
What?
So like his tail was
Mm-mm.
bitten off. And we knew it was the same one, kept coming back. So we went even further. We went down the road in the car. Anyway, this has nothing to do with tattoos.
Did it come
Yeah.
back?
I did not come back after that. No, but
Let's
the
get
mask
back
on
on
my
track.
shoe was really interesting. So another thing with that, I thought about doing like handprints, like paw prints, which I do.
That is fine too.
I've seen a lot of people do that, and also like thinking about doing something as a memorial for my dogs that passed away last year.
Mm.
But then it's like, I don't know what, I don't know where.
Right. That's just a big decision.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm not gonna lie. It's
There's-
permanent, you know?
Yeah. There's this one drawing that my brother did that's really cool. It's like a psychedelic with my dog that has like a bunch of eyes. It's really neat. I'm thinking maybe I can ask him to redraw that because he's always improving himself.
Right.
So maybe we could do that. I don't know where.
Okay.
But yeah, so final form, I had a lot of that. I had a lot of changes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so glad that I got to know you. And
I've had a lot of different lives, and so trying to put that on my skin, I don't know. That'd be interesting to have like a bunch of different items that
that
Yeah.
go
remind
towards
you,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I had today. Two lovely guests. You guys are, you know, personalities. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but bombs. Right. It's just
Okay.
Boom. You know?
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to shout out? You know, IG pages, websites.
I'd like to shout out my group. We're doing a great job.
Yeah. I do have one more thing. So, you know, we are wrapping up this project.
Mhm.
Is there anything that y'all, like, from the beginning to the end, has any of y'all's perspectives changed on tattoos? I think for me personally, is seeing how many tattoo artists are on Instagram. Like, there's so many.
Yeah.
And seeing like the love we get back just from sharing their art, I think is really cool.
Okay. What's your?
Yeah.
That's what you got from that?
I would say now I'm more encouraged to get tattooed because I've researched a lot of aftercare tips. I feel like that's what I'm scared about. I'm scared about how it's gonna heal, you know? But yeah, I think I'm more encouraged to get one now.
I don't think you should be scared of that. I think you should be scared more of
The pain?
the process of getting it rather than the after process.
Like what I want to get and design. I don't know.
No. When you sit down.
Oh. Your thought process at that moment, okay.
Right.
I'm good.
I need a piece of wood to gnaw on.
Something. And how about you?
I don't know. I always look at tattoos as a form of expression, you know, because many ways for people to, you know, put a tattoo on their body and just have different tattoos. And some people put a lot of general, you know, generic tattoos on their body as well. But I think, at least to me, when I see a tattoo and deeply analyze it, I realize, like, I can kind of read a person's mindset from that.
Yeah.
You know, whether they're a follower or they're a leader, you know.
Ooh, okay.
You know.
That's interesting. I do see somebody with tattoos as being more open-minded.
Right.
Just kind of generally.
You know, and how deep they think about situations,
Yeah.
or how deep they think about what's going on in their life or what they want to put on their body, because one thing also correlates to the next, in some cases, or in many cases, like you taking care of 9 rats. It just shows how caring you are, especially for those ugly little creatures.
Oh, I'll show you a picture. You're like, oh my god.
Oh no,
you're so
thank you. I
cute.
think
I'm gonna show you a picture.
I think I'm
It's
alright.
just best I could do for you, at least.
I can look up. I can Google rats whenever I want to get scared.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll show you a cute one. Anyways, if you're interested in looking at the rats, go to healingwhiskers.com. Got Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I'm not really active on it anymore, but there's plenty of pictures and videos and stuff.
And can we shout out the Instagram and the website as well as our
And
TikTok?
Instagram, beyond.the.ink. And TikTok's also the same name. And for the website, you can go on the links and you can find the website for that.
Alright, y'all.
Thank you guys.
Go ahead and give a like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
And we are out. Hang up.
Bye. Alright. Still live. There, so.
Can I see my head?
Yeah.
Damn, that motherfucker. Steve!
You know what? Steve is insane.
Damn!
Good luck. It's not that bad.
Alright.
Thank you, babe.
Say bye.